Okay. It says we're live on Facebook, so I think we're live on Facebook.
Woohoo!
Yay! Hi, everybody. It's Wednesdays with Whitney, and we are talking about the American Heart Association today. And this is Jolene Bopp, and she's going to tell you all about who she is and what the American Heart Association is. And Jolene, take it away.
Great. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Whitney. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm Jolene Bopp. I'm the Communications Director for the American Heart Association here in Des Moines, and I absolutely love my job. So our mission is to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. But you know what? It starts right here in Des Moines, and all of you can help me with that.
Well, look at you go. And I'm a big fan of the word relentless. So the second it's used, I'm like, yeah, let's get relentless about health. Let's do this. And I think now is such an amazing and hard time to be talking about health because we are surrounded by a lot of fear around health. And for the first time, I think we as a global community understand what it means to fear for our health. So it's not something that I've ever personally feared for. Even if I don't know if I have any pre-existing conditions or things that I might eventually get. I haven't done those tests or like looked into that too much. But I think now with COVID being on the scene, it's like, oh, anybody can get this. It doesn't choose people. It reacts differently in people, but it doesn't discriminate. And I think that's one of the things that we talked about with heart disease, Jolene, is that yes, there are factors that contribute, but there are a lot of things that don't. So can you tell us a little bit about the American Heart Association, what your guys is just like, what do you research? What do you do? Like, what are the do things that happen?
Well, that's a great question. So a lot of people don't know all of the things we do. You know, we are in the hospitals. You know, when COVID-19, all this first started in the United States, we quickly started working with our quality systems and seeing how we could add new ways to track COVID-19 and heart disease in the hospitals. So if you go in for COVID-19, they'll do a EKG to check on how your heart's doing. And all of that data is going to be able to be compiled and really help us determine how it has impacted heart disease. So I think that's really neat. Our research revolves around anything from heart attacks, hypertension, obesity, and how it affects the heart and our diets. Honestly, so many things are connected to heart disease. What don't we research?
Yeah. I mean, it's the organ that literally keeps us going. So right. There's not much that it doesn't touch or affect. So right. Tell me a little bit about, I mean, the hot button topic right now is COVID, and that, I mean, we're doing a virtual heart walk this year. So we'll get to that in a second, but you know, this is just shifting the conversation in a lot of ways. How are we doing this now, and why are we doing this now? And nonprofits, I mean, it's just a sticky place to be in the world right now, asking for money, raising money, but the need is still so present. So I'd love for you to tell us why donating to the American Heart Association is just as important now as ever, if not perhaps more important.
Right. And as you mentioned before, you know, a lot of businesses and a lot of individuals are kind of living in fear of the unknown right now. We don't know what's going to happen. But that doesn't stop our mission. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, our mission is overall health for individuals. So with that being said, infectious diseases are among one of those things. And that's what I was talking about with us doing research. We've invested $2.5 million in research to determine how cardiovascular disease is being affected, how it's working with COVID-19 and all of those different things. And we want to be able to continue that mission. And we want to be able to continue our advocacy efforts and continue what we're doing here in the community. And we want to show that we are here and we are here to stay, and we're going to help get you through this.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So we have a great opportunity this weekend to get out, move our bodies, fundraise for American Heart Association, and just like do a lot of good in the world. I mean, I don't know about you, but the two things that have gotten me through this whole thing are the fact that walking is not canceled.
Yes.
And doing good things for other people. Those are the two things that I'm like, okay, and cooking. I've been cooking a lot of really beautiful meals for myself that I happen to think are quite healthy. So like, I guess we're all just like, you know, all these things are positives in the American Heart Disease world. But I think the way that you guys shifted to doing a virtual walk, can you talk about that? I am personally very excited because crowds are surprisingly, shockingly to everyone watching this, are not my thing. So the fact that I'm like going to go walk 3 miles and probably hop on Facebook Live is super exciting for me. So just tell me what's happening.
Yeah, so I am very excited about it. We've had to completely just think of new and fun ways for getting everybody interactive with this, because we don't want to just do a bunch of different things on social media and it's like, okay, go walk. No, we wanted to create some really fun ways. And what the team and I decided to do was actually create a montage of videos from opening ceremony. Jackie Schmelin is doing our national anthem. So we just really wanted to make it feel like you're still there while walking where you are. And what's neat about this is, like you said, you know, some people don't really like crowds, or maybe some people weren't going to be able to make it. Well, now you can walk where you are and you can be with whoever you want to be with virtually. And I just think it's a great way to engage with our community and really come together and put Des Moines on the map.
I couldn't agree more. So I'm just going to say what my plans are for the second, which is that's in 3 days.
So 3 days. Yes, I know.
You could have told me it was any day and I'd been like, sure, it's totally Monday. It's fine. So I started a hummingbirds team because that's, you know, I have all the hummingbirds at my disposal. So there's a whole bunch of hummingbirds that are already signed up and like ready to walk. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to happen to go to Waterworks because I'm really close to Waterworks and the trails there are beautiful. So I'm going to walk. And while I walk, I'm going to show up and either take photos or probably have a little like walking with Whitney moment while I'm, you know, walking the trails in the wild, and I will be fundraising. So some of the hummingbirds and myself will be doing some fundraising, but I'm going to put the link in the comments. So if you want to join my team, even if you're not a hummingbird, it's no big deal. You can join my team and, you know, maybe become a hummingbird, whatever, but not pressure. It's just a place for us to all to gather and to work towards a monetary donation goal together. So anybody who wants to, please reach out to me to do that. But I really think, Jolene, it's as simple as that, right? Like you can go, if you want to register as an individual, you can go to the site. Do you want to talk a little bit about the logistics?
Sure. So the site is www.dsmheartwalk.org. And the walk is on May 2nd in 3 days. And what you can go do is you can click to register. It'll ask you if you've done anything with the American Heart Association before. Click on those, and then you can either create your own team or you can click to join another team. So if you just, as Whitney was saying, you just type in hummingbirds and their team should pop up. I'm on a team, Heart Warriors, and so anything you want to do, honestly, we just want to have maximum engagement and show this is a fun event, and yeah, just join together.
Love it. And then the hashtag is DSM Heartwalk. So easy.
Yes, we try to make things easy for people.
You do great. And also it is still Move More Month. So if that one happens to pop in your hashtag feed, that's great too. But
I won't complain.
I mean, right, it'll be great. So if you guys are out on Saturday and you plan to take a really long walk anyway, please do so with some intentionality and enjoying the American Heart Association. And Jolene, are there just any fun facts? I mean, it's not really fun to talk about, you know, heart disease, but are there just any facts that you can leave us with that just, you know, motivate us?
You know, I would say one of the fun facts I think is great to share is that 80% of heart disease is preventable, and heart.org has a lot of information on that. And moving more is one of those ways to prevent heart disease. So by participating in HEARTWALK, you're one step closer to that. And then also, I have to say, if you take a minute to go on and learn hands-only CPR, it could save a life. And that is one of the big things right now is, you know, people are scared to call 911. And, but if you are having a health emergency, please do so. So learn hands-only CPR, call 911 if you are having a health emergency. And honestly, I just appreciate all of you guys so much. And I know Des Moines is a super generous community, and I just can't wait to see what mountains we move on Saturday.
I know. Oh, and your positive attitude, that to me, the nonprofits that I've had the good fortune to communicate with during this time, and not just nonprofits, the people, the businesses, the amount of people who are truly showing up in gratitude and in community and in positivity. Like anything is still possible. Yes, it's different. Yes, it might be hard for a second. Yes, we might have to get uncomfortable, but what do we get to create? Like I get to go take a beautiful walk through Waterworks Park and raise some money for an organization I care about. And I get to do it on my terms, which for me, you know, I really like it. Right. I'm thrilled about this event and can't wait to participate, and just really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us about it today.
Well, we really can't do it without our community. We can't do it without our sponsors. And I think the great thing is each person can make a difference, whether it's walking, donating, or just putting a little blurb out there like, hey, friends, learn hands-only CPR. All of these things make a difference.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. All right, my dear. Well, it's a pleasure getting to see you virtually today. I'll see you virtually on Saturday, and I'll be out there walking.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, babe.
Bye.